There is a possible hung jury in the trial of Kim Potter. I haven't followed this all that closely. I suspect a lot of people have not followed this trial all that closely. Kim Potter is the woman, she's a cop, who shot a young career criminal. He was young, but he was already a career criminal. His name was Daunte Wright, and she shot him while he was resisting arrest. Wright had a warrant out for his arrest related to aggravated armed robbery, for failure to appear in court, fleeing police officers, possessing a gun without a permit. He also had a restraining order out forbidding contact with a woman. So he did a lot, despite not being all that old. So she shot him during this altercation. The complicating factor here is that Potter admitted after she shot him that she meant to use a taser. She meant to shoot him with a taser. She actually shot him with a gun. And then he got in the car so he gets shot, he gets in the car with his girlfriend in the car, and then just drives off and crashes the car and injures his girlfriend. But apparently that doesn't bother him all that much, or it certainly didn't. I hope there's a hung jury, or I hope she gets acquitted. This is my meta political analysis here of, we're all parsing the law and what happens if she did this and she admitted she wanted the taser and this and that. Here's my main takeaway. If you're a violent career criminal resisting arrest, don't be surprised when a cop shoots you. Don't play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This is really good advice, and I hope that everyone who is considering becoming a career criminal and considering resisting arrest listens to my advice and takes it very much to heart. If you do that, do not be surprised when a cop shoots you. You have been warned. Don't think that you have not been warned. This Christmas, give your friends and family the gift of meat. Do it. This is great. Good Ranchers, you will be able to get a box of 100% American meat that is steakhouse quality. GoodRanchers.com. They got a variety of boxes to give to your friends or to try for yourself. Giving a gift to numero uno this season. Choose the Ranchers Classic for the perfect combo of high-quality beef and tender chicken, or go with the Cowboy. That way you will have the ultimate steakhouse experience with Black Angus ribeyes, Wagyu burgers, and more. Get $20 off and free shipping on your order with the code Knowles, Knowles, at checkout. With Good Ranchers, you are not going to find this kind of high-quality beef for this price anywhere. The value per penny ratio here is out of control. And for some people, having steak is like a real splurge. That certainly was when I was a kid. Well, Good Ranchers makes it such that you can have beef and steak a little more regularly. Really top quality stuff. So get your Good Ranchers box or gift card today. 'Tis the season for open hearts and full stomachs. Give Good Ranchers with my code Knowles, Knowles, for $20 off and free shipping. GoodRanchers.com/Knowles. Use code Knowles at checkout to take advantage of this special Christmas offer. Chris Rock made a good point on this a number of years ago. He said, look, if you're really concerned about getting a beating at the hands of the police, here's some simple advice on how to avoid that.
Have you ever been face to face with a police officer and wondered, is he about to kick my ass? Well, wonder no more. If you follow these easy tips, you'll be fine. First, obey the law. Laws were made for a reason. Think of them as hints. You've heard people say, man, I wouldn't do that shit if I was you. Well, here's some of that shit. Carjacking, armed robbery, arson, selling drugs, buying drugs, stabbing, shooting. You probably won't get your ass kicked if you just use common sense. If you jump a subway turnstile, you might just get off with a warning from the police. But if you jump a turnstile carrying a loaded gun and smoking a joint, then maybe you need your ass kicked. We all know what happened to Rodney King, but Rodney wouldn't have gotten his ass kicked if he had just followed this simple tip. When you see flashing police lights in your mirror, stop immediately. Everybody knows, if the police have to come and get you, they're bringing an ass kicking with them.
Good advice then, good advice now. So it's sad when people die, but That's what's going to happen. Now, you could ask this question. Should the cop have tased Daunte Wright instead? I'm not so sure, by the way. Tasers don't work that well. They can be, if you don't want to carry lethal force and you don't want to have a gun, or maybe you're not really trained in firearms, so you don't want to be carrying a gun all the time and maybe it could be taken away from you. Okay, then, taser's a good option. But tasers sometimes don't work. You shoot a taser, you got to hit someone in the right spot. You got to make sure it catches on to them. Then it can work very well, but it might not work. You only get one shot. So if that shot's done, then you're in quite a bit of trouble. But maybe, yeah, I mean, she intended to shoot him with the taser. Then the question becomes, should you be convicted of a crime and sent to prison over a mistake? She didn't mean to shoot him with the gun. And should you do that after you've served a long time as a cop, when you used more force than you intended to use on a violent career criminal resisting arrest, but maybe not more force than you could have been permitted to use? And I think not. I hope she gets off. Maybe she shouldn't be a cop anymore. Maybe she should receive some kind of professional punishment. Maybe she should be assigned to desk duty or kicked off the force, maybe. But to send her to prison, that's insane to me. That's insane to me. And it I think, has much more to do with our idolatry of violent criminals and our embrace of insane racial narratives in America than it does with what this woman actually did. I'm glad you liked that clip. It was one of my favorite clips. It was. So I'm glad that you liked it. I'm glad we have similar tastes. You got to ring the bell, subscribe, and head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. Leave a 5-star review if you wouldn't mind. We'll see you next time.